Have you ever just looked at a simple everyday pill and wondered, what's the guarantee that it's actually going to work? Well, there's this entire hidden world of science behind that certainty, a really rigorous process that acts like an unsung guardian for your health. So today, we're going to pull back that curtain.
I mean, think about it. It's something we do without a second thought. But what really happens after you swallow that pill? It's definitely not magic. It is the start of a very precise journey that has to go right from the very first moment for that medicine to have any effect at all.
And that whole journey kicks off with a process called dissolution. Here's the deal. If a pill doesn't dissolve correctly, the active ingredient, the medicine, it just stays locked inside. It can't get out to do its job. So this is the absolutely critical first step, because if dissolution fails, the drug fails. Simple as that.
All right, so here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to follow the pill's critical journey. Then we'll check out the global rule book that everyone has to follow. We'll look at the actual tools they use, see how labs mimic the human body, and finally, learn how they figure out the results.
Okay, first up, the pill's critical journey. This is all about that amazing transformation from just a solid object into a medicine that your body can actually absorb and put to work.
And this is so important to get. A drug's chemical formula is only half the story. Its physical ability to break down and release that chemical payload, that is every bit as important. Without proper dissolution, even the most powerful drug is basically just an expensive placebo.
So, how do we make sure that every pill from every single manufacturer dissolves exactly the way it's supposed to? Well, that's where the global rulebook comes in, USP General Chapter 711. You should think of it as the official, unified standard that guarantees safety and consistency for everyone.
Now, I want you to pay close attention to that word, harmonized. It is everything. This means the standard isn't just an American thing. It's perfectly aligned with the European and Japanese rulebooks, which creates this incredibly powerful global agreement on what quality actually looks like.
And the implication of that harmony is massive. One test, one standard, all across the world. So a pill made in one country is tested against the exact same benchmark as one made in another. It creates a level playing field that puts our safety first, no matter where a drug comes from.
Okay, so we have the rules, but how is the test actually done? Let's get into the tools of the test. Because, when you're dealing with everything from tiny tablets to bigger capsules, one size definitely does not fit all. The two workhorses here are apparatus 1 and apparatus 2. So the basket is this small rotating mesh cylinder, and it's designed to hold things that might float like capsules. Then you have the paddle, which is for things that sink like most tablets. It stirs the liquid from above, creating this smooth, consistent flow over the pill while it rests at the bottom.
But for more complex drugs, you need even more specialized tools. Apparatus 3 uses these moving cylinders that can actually shift a pill between different fluids, kind of mimicking its journey from the stomach to the intestine. And apparatus 4 uses a flow-through cell, which is constantly pumping fresh liquid over the drug. This is perfect for testing things that don't dissolve easily or those long-acting medicines.
But having the right tools is only half the battle. To get a result that actually means something, the test conditions have to be perfect. And that brings us to simulating the body, where the lab basically becomes a stand-in for our own digestive system.
So there are 4 conditions they have to control meticulously to make sure the test is accurate. First, the medium. It's a liquid with a specific pH to act like stomach acid or intestinal fluid. Second, temperature. It's held at a constant 37 degrees Celsius, body temperature. Third, agitation. It's set just right to simulate gentle bodily motion. And of course, time. It's measured exactly, with samples pulled at very specific intervals.
So, the whole procedure really just boils down to 4 main steps. Step 1. Prepare the vessel with the right liquid warmed up to body temp. Step 2. Deploy a single pill into the apparatus. Step 3. Operate the machine at the right speed for a set amount of time. And finally, Step 4. Analyze a sample to see exactly how much of the drug has been released. It's a perfect model of scientific consistency.
And this test, it's also tailored for all the different drug designs out there. An immediate release pill, it needs to dissolve fast. An extended release one, that has to dissolve slowly, over hours. And then you have delayed release drugs, which are designed to bypass stomach acid. They get tested first in an acid stage where they shouldn't dissolve much, and then in a buffer stage where they're finally supposed to release their contents. Okay, the test is done. The samples are collected. Now for the moment of truth, interpreting the results. And this isn't just a simple pass or fail grade. It's a really sophisticated multi-stage verdict. And everything, I mean everything, revolves around this one single letter, Q. In the world of dissolution testing, Q is the magic number. It's the target. It represents the percentage of the drug that has to be dissolved in a specific amount of time. It is the ultimate benchmark for success.
Now this is where the system gets really clever. It's a 3-stage safety net. In stage 1, they test 6 pills. If they all pass with flying colors, the batch is approved. If not, they move to stage 2 and test 6 more. Now the average of all 12 has to meet that Q value. And if it's still a little borderline, they go to a final stage 3 with another 12 pills, for 24 total, where the rules get incredibly strict.
You know, this whole multi-stage approach is just brilliant. It makes sure that one single, slightly off pill, a random outlier, doesn't cause an entire multi-million-dollar batch of perfectly good medicine to get thrown out. But at the same time, it absolutely guarantees that any consistent underlying problem with manufacturing will get caught. No exceptions.
So why does all this matter? Well, this entire process is guarding 3 core principles. First, patient safety, by making sure the right dose is released at the right time. Second, drug effectiveness, by guaranteeing the medicine is actually available to your body. And third, global quality, by holding every single manufacturer on the planet to the exact same high standard.
I mean, the source document itself says it best. The entire point of this whole elaborate dance is to determine compliance. It is the final exam that a pill has to pass to prove it's ready, to prove it's fit for purpose, long before it ever gets to a pharmacy, let alone you or me. So in the end, this unsung guardian, this USP Chapter 711, it's so much more than just a test in a lab. It is the globally recognized, harmonized process that turns a promise on a box into a reliable, effective, and safe medical treatment that you can absolutely trust.
So the next time you see a simple pill, maybe you'll think about the complex, meticulous, and globally standardized journey it had to go through just to prove that it's going to be safe and effective for you.